Hey guys, it's Team Imperius. We're back again with another deck profile. This time it's Kelley and it's Kaguya 1.0.
Yeah!
The throwback.
It's unusual for me to play a female ruler. It's awkward.
You can't tell on the first side.
It's not even Kaguya. You're just playing Seer.
You're just playing a dude.
You're playing Seer of the Blue Moon, and it never flips. So
No, it's got a boob.
It's Seer of the Blue Moon, and it never flips. We don't even care.
It's got a boob.
You can't see the face. Just
Yeah,
go with it.
okay.
Go with it.
Yeah, whatever.
So, this one's probably not very surprising for anyone who pays attention to the Facebook group, but because there was a bunch of really cool, like, chant standbys and a new stealth guy that came out, Kaguya 1.0 is actually a fun, kind of not normal ruler to play. And I decided to go with it because the colors that I think work with it are,
the colors that she likes to play.
black, blue. Yes, thank you. I forgot what the colors are.
You didn't mess up Chanbai.
Chant. Now I'm going to.
Stant Chambas.
Stant Chanbai. Alright, whatever. So, for those of you who don't know, Seer of the Blue Moon is the ruler side of the original Kaguya card from the first Forcible set that came out. But for my deck build, it doesn't matter. You literally play it for one effect, and it is the second continuous effect that says you may pay one colorless to put chant standby cards
Look at you.
into your chant standby area rather than two.
I'm so proud of you.
Which, fun fact for those who don't know, was errata to you may place cards in that area for one.
Yeah, there's a couple erratas that come out trying to play this, but whatever. Basically, you pay one to put things face down. You pay one to play trap cards. So, that's the only reason that you play this. You can't actually J-activate it in the way I have the deck built. If you want to do that, by more power to you, go for it, but I don't, so. So, we will start with the creatures. And so, first off, I play 4 Executioner. He is a 1-drop, 300 zombie resonator, but you play him because he is a stealth resonator, meaning when he's face down and the trigger's met, you can flip him, and he gets an effect, and he enters your board. So he says when you control a Darkness Magic Stone, and a creature entered your opponent's field this turn, you may flip him. When you do, you destroy a cost 3 or less creature in your opponent's side of the board. So
Annoying.
he's exceptionally annoying, and it's magical.
I hate that guy.
So basically, like, he is your get rid of Lancelot, get rid of Athena, get rid of Priscilla, get rid of other Priscilla, get rid of all the annoying, really low-cost resonators that exist in this game right now.
Get rid of the new
For one.
The new keeper.
Yeah, and you get a guy, which is magical.
And you get a 3/3 dude.
And you get a little baby, yeah. He doesn't do a lot after he hits the board, but hey, the weenie swings can add up in this deck.
Like I said in my deck profile, 100 sometimes matters.
Then I play 4 Underground Jagger. I consider him Executioner's big brother. He is a 3-drop, 700 zombie, but he's also stealth that says when you control a Darkness Stone and a creature went from your field to your grave this turn, you may flip him, and when you do, you destroy a creature on your opponent's board that dealt damage this turn. So he can technically hit more things than Executioner, but he does have the creature has had to have dealt damage, so either you have to swing or block with the creature, let it die, it's dealt damage, whatever. But he's also good because after he flips you have a 7/7, which is...
He's also a dick.
Yeah. Together you get 1,000, just a fourth of their life, so it's... yay math. So,
Oh, buddy.
he's also...
boy.
Kelley doing math.
Yeah, math, but he's also good. So those are the 2 stealth creatures I play, mostly because all the other stealth creatures... 2 of them you need to play Rizard, and 1 of them they have to discard a card. And I don't play discard effects, so it's not as helpful.
So they suck.
Well, they don't suck. No, Merlin's pretty good, but Merlin is also, he's a discard one, but he's also really specific, and I hate missing timing on cards, so I just don't worry about it. So next up for creatures, I play 4 Rasputin. 1-drop, 100 wizard resonator.
Oh yeah.
It says when this card is put into the graveyard from your field, you may pay 200 life. If you do, you put it back in your hand. Basically, you abuse Rasputin. You use it as little walks. You use it like to trigger. To trigger him. You can block with Rasputin, get it back, and then trigger him to blow up whatever killed Rasputin. You play Cinderella and Adam Brawley in this deck, so Rasputin is good for both of those as well. Basically, oh, and Mephistopheles. So Rasputin has a lot of versatility in this deck. Unfortunately, you need 4, but for some reason she seems to float. So be warned. No, it's all of them. Every single game I play, I see all 4. And that's not counting the draw power.
You'll be better at the game, Kelley.
I'm not good at this game. They know this. So yeah, just I play 4 because you need 4, but I might bump it down just because apparently all of them float, not even just the shiny ones.
You'll never see it again.
Yeah, so exciting. But she has a lot of versatility. 3 Cheshire Cat. For those of you who do not know what Cheshire Cat is a 1-drop. 0/200 fairy tale that has an enter ability, meaning when you cast it and it hits your board, you draw 2 cards and put a card back on top of your deck. It cannot be targeted by your opponent's spells or abilities, and when it goes to your graveyard, it shuffles back in your deck. So
Can't be targeted by any spells or ability.
Not your own either.
Has Shroud.
okay, it can't be targeted by anything.
It matters, man.
But for those of you who can't understand why that's good, it's really good. It's just one of the best draw pair cards in the game. I only play 3 because I only have 3, but it's an exceptionally good card, easily one of the most popular cards in the game, if not the most popular one. And it's really good to sack off to Adam Brawley, sack off to Mephistopheles, or just chump block and draw you stuff. So it's just as versatile as Rasputin. Between the 2 of these, you have what you need to keep your stuff on the board. Then I play 4 Cinderella, another thing you can sack your 2 friends off to.
4 Rasputins off too.
Yeah. Cinderella is a 2-drop 400/400 nightmare human who has the ability. Well, she has 2. The first one says whenever she deals damage to your opponent, you search your deck for Prince Resonator, reveal it, and put it in your hand. I don't run princes, so you don't use that, but you can if you want to.
There's like 1.
No, there's a couple, but
They all suck.
yeah, they're really awkward. So like,
They're all very specific.
if you want to take advantage of that, then you can run the old Darkness Prince Resonator from the old set, because he says when you cast him, you get something back from your graveyard, so that's kind of helpful. But usually you use her for her second effect, which says you banish a Resonator you control, and she deals 200 damage to every Resonator your opponent controls. So yet another thing that you can sack off your 2 infinite 1-drops to.
Infinite 1-drops.
Yes. You played 2, but you have all of them. But she's really good because she can board wipe, she can sack herself. She's a 2-drop, just something to put on the board if you don't have any trap cards to play down. And being able to wipe the board and then go for game with all your other cards is pretty good. Basically, this deck is very controlling. And she adds to that.
Not a diagram, I was talking about.
Then I play 4 Teeth.
Vagina.
Yeah, Adam Brawley the Unfathomable. He's a 3-drop, 600/800, 12 Apostles Cthulhu Resonator. You play him because of his Incarnate ability, which you incarnate 2 creatures that cost any color. Have a color attribute to them.
Combination in color.
Yeah, so any of the 5 colors you sack 2, and depending on what you sacked, you get an effect that's listed down here. So if you sack a white, you gain 400 life. If you sack a red, he deals 400 damage to target Resonator. If you sack a blue, you draw a card. If you sack a green, you can produce 1 of any color attribute. And if you sack black, your opponent loses 400 life. So this deck is black-blue, so you'll be doing most of the drawing and losing life. I've won a bunch of games dealing damage. One thing to note with Adam Brawley is that you only get 1 instance of the effect, even if you sacked 2 of the same thing. So say you sack 2 water resonators, you don't get to draw 2. You only get to draw 1.
But if you sack off little scouts, you draw 3. Suck it, nerds.
Yeah. So, whatever. So, Adam Brawley is really good because he's really versatile, but he's also really good because I play 2 Giraffe Lady and Valentina the Puppet Monarch. She is a 4-drop, 800/800, 12 Apostles human. Yes, she has neck for days.
She got something else for days too.
She's neck and cow lady. Giraffe and cow lady. But,
oh my god.
when she enters your board, you choose one of your opponent's Resonators and you gain control of it. So she's really good because you can go, hey, you have a nice big beat stick over there, like Gwyber, Arthur, Mephistopheles, Maribel, and Priscilla's if you really need to get those off the board, anything. So you can,
if you haven't killed them.
Athena's, really yeah. If there's anything on their board that you haven't killed yet and you still need to, you can take them with Valentina and then sack it off with Adam Brawley. So they lose a creature, you get a creature, plus whatever effect Adam Brawley has. So these 2 are like a match made in heaven, which is really ironic. Yeah, it's really good. So that's why I play those guys.
Also, Teeth kills the tree.
It does kill the tree.
And then Blast Resonator is 2 Mephistopheles. He is a 4-drop, 1500 demon resonator with flying and target attack. And he says when he's targeted by your spells or abilities your opponent controls, they lose 500 life, so yet another way to make them lose life. And at the end of the turn, you banish another resonator you control. So he's good. That having to sack a creature is kind of a sort of big deal, but like that's why you play those guys. So that is it for the creatures.
You get double blast from the past. You get Kaguya and Mephistopheles.
Yeah. Next up is spell stuff. So first up is 2 Nighttime Raiders. This is it's a 3-drop spell, chant standby. The trigger is a resonator you control dealt damage to your opponent this turn. If that happens, you may flip it. If you do, you may put a darkness resonator, cost 5 or less, from your hand onto your board.
Card hurts my soul.
This card's fun. This is one of the most fun cards that Darkness got out of the new set. It's a little awkward to make it work, but with her, because you can set it for 1, it makes it really fast, so it's super fun.
Hurts me.
How did it hurt you, Steven?
Because every time I play
She's got the play every single time.
yeah, I always have Mephistopheles in my hand.
Oh, really?
Alright.
Turn 2, it's just like boom, there it is.
Always have Mephistopheles. Anyway, next up is 1 Prison in the Lunar Lake. It is another 3-drop spell, chant standby. This is a water one. And it says when... This one has a long effect. This is why I only play 1, because I know me and I know I'll misplay. But this is a really fun card. So it says, when your opponent plays an automatic ability of a resonator they control that was put into a field from a non-field zone this turn, while you control a water magic stone, cancel that ability and destroy the resonator. So, that's a lot of words to say. You get to cancel an annoying ability and destroy the resonator. For instance, if they put... what's her face? The Celestial Winged Seraph into the board. Her automatic ability is to search your deck for an angel and put it on your board. You can say, no, cancel the ability and destroy the Seraph.
Enters, awakens.
Yeah, enters, awakenings. If they Lancelot and swing, Lancelot's effect triggers, they have to target something to blow up. This can trigger blow up the Lancelot.
Even if they don't have the power.
Yeah, they have to trigger.
You have to claim something as a trigger.
So, stuff like that. If for some reason someone goes, Athena, burn both players. Athena gains counters.
Yeah.
Automatic
Kill it.
ability. Boom,
Yeah.
it's dead.
Boom.
So this card is super versatile. You just have to make sure you understand the rulings and stuff, which is why I only play 1. I play 1 because I know I'll misplay, and 2, I hate playing players who start to like fight you on card rulings.
Any of the new keepers get blown up by it too.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that has automatic abilities, like Greg said, enters, awakenings, stuff like that. So, yeah,
I have to
just
know what they are.
know what your cards do, and this is an extremely good and versatile card.
I think the keepers get blown up.
They do. They're
Yeah,
enters.
when they enter, something happens.
Something happens. They're automatic abilities. Anything that triggers and you aren't paying a cost for it. Okay, one of the easiest ways to do it, and just show you guys, the difference between an activate and an automatic is right next to what you're paying the cost for, there will be a colon. And that's how you determine it. Because activate means you have to pay the specific cost for everything. So say you pay cost, activate, colon, this effect happens, that's the activated ability. An automatic ability says when this enters, blah 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 blah, or when this happens, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, like I said. So, like I said, super versatile card. If you want to bump this number up, go for it. Those are my reasonings for not doing it, because I hate explaining rulings to people. So, but it's still a good card. So, next up for the chant standbys is Sign to the Future. It is a 2-drop that the trigger is when your opponent controls 3 or more resonators than you. So if you have 0 and they have 3, you can trigger it. If you have 1 and they have 4, stuff like that. Basically, this is for when you're playing against a deck that swarms really fast. You activate this card and it says remove 2 resonators, up to 2 target resonators, remove 2 target resonators from the game. So, say you're playing Alice's World and they're going to start dropping a bunch of stuff, you can be like, no,
Whoops.
or cool, which one's the most annoying, get rid of those. You just straight remove 2 cards from the game so it doesn't even hit their grave, which is nice. So this is a good card because it can hit some of the more swarmy decks that are happening right now.
All of them.
Also, if you say you're playing against aggro, and they try to do that bullshit to you, and they have their rook eggs on the board they haven't sacked yet,
They try to do
you
their
hit their rook eggs, and they go out of play, and they can't search.
Or their new Prisia doesn't trigger and you don't take damage.
That too. I just like stopping Root Gig because I hate that card. Alright,
Salt.
so the last one is a little bit random. I play it more for I like draw and nostalgia stake, but you can change this to pretty much anything. It's 5 challenges. This is a 2-drop spell chant standby that came out with the original Kaguya. This card is definitely more versatile if you play a deck that plays Treasury so you can flip her, because when you play a Treasury, you put this card back from your discard back to your hand. So, more versatile that way. I play it just as a draw spell. It's a 1-drop draw spell. So
Yeah, it's like it's 1 mana draw a card.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Because its trigger...
Upstart Goblin.
Yeah, its trigger is at any time
Seems good to me, right?
draw a card. There are other effects that deal with treasuries that you guys can go ahead and look up, but like I said, this is a non-treasury version of the deck. Doesn't matter. Literally, you set it for 1 with her, and then you draw a card. So it's a pay 1 draw. And then the last 2 cards. This is my favorite card out of the new set, is Space Time Anomaly. This is a 2-drop, a black and a water, a black and a blue will card. It's a spell chant instant, so you don't set it. But what it says is target J Resonator gains -5 until end of turn, and you draw a card. And then it has the Remnant ability. Remnant is one of my favorite, what do they call it, mechanics in the game.
Yeah.
You can basically, Remnant says you can cast a card from your grave, and when you do, you remove it from the game. So basically, one of these gets you 2 effects. So essentially, I'm playing 6 of these right now, which is why I felt it was okay to not play 4. This card is super good. Because it's an instant, you can do some fun stuff with the chain to get rid of their J-Ruler the second they flip it, unless they have, obviously, a way to pump it or something like that. Also, say you swing and they try to block you with some giant creature, you can say no. Bunch of stuff. Also, on top of all of that, you get to draw a card. So, extremely good card, super versatile, and because of the Remnant ability, it is extremely helpful in tight situations. And then the last card of the deck is 1 Glimpse of Kaguya. Because you have Cheshire Cats and the 5 challenges, you draw a decent amount. So I felt like only playing 1 is okay. 2 is super cloggy, I always saw them, but it's a 2-drop instant. It says cancel target activate ability and draw a card. The reason this is good is because it can stop God's Arts. That's basically why it's in here. You draw it and you keep it for when, say you're playing Lapis, you stop the Lapis. If they're playing Allosaurus, you stop the Allosaurus.
His entire deck makes me sad.
Yeah, this whole deck is just a big no. And then you slowly kill them, or quickly if Mephistopheles is on the board. So, that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's super fun because there's so many different options. There's a lot of ways you can build it. I decided to go more black-blue with some other stuff thrown in there. But this is a super fun deck. If you're looking for something fun and that you can still keep up with certain decks in the meta, I would highly suggest it. But yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to play it, so go have fun. And with that, I think we're done. There's no side deck. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more stuff. And if y'all have any ideas, comments, critiques, please feel free to put them down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. And with that being said, I think we're going to try to get some more videos out for you guys. So yeah.
Yep.
Thanks
Bye,
for watching.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.